It's a property rights issue, and it's also a constitutional rights issue of due process. Okay, everyone should have their day in court, and this is the same deal. We want to have resolution in a court of competence jurisdiction. That's where this needs to be settled. But in the interim, I'm not willing to have my property destroyed by the BLM or removed by the BLM or by myself. I'm not going to do it. If you are facing eviction, you have the right to an eviction hearing before they throw your stuff in the street.
Right.
I ask for the same.
Right. So now, some people cruising around social media, some people say, well, this is not his property. It belongs to the BLM, or it belongs to the federal government, or it belongs to the people, and that you don't have the right to...
But they're wrong.
Yeah.
Based on the pre-55... and this has been affirmed in court multiple times, that is as private property. It is not public property. That's my property. We've had those claims since before the BLM ever was even in existence. The sugar pine claim predates the BLM and the Forest Service. It's 143 years old, under continuous possession of a minor.
So,
it is not public property.
Are they making the claim that, well, since we're here now, this it negates any rights that you had previously, or were given previously to this piece of property?
What they're claiming is that somehow they've been conveyed the surface rights to the claims. And what we're asking them is the same thing anyone would ask if someone came up and said, this is my property now. We would like to see some proof of this.
Right.
Thus far, we've gotten nothing. We've been cited for non-compliance, given a suspension notice, and told to destroy our property, remove our property, under the threat of them doing so.
Right.
I want my due process, and I want my day in court with my rights and my property intact. This is a constitutional republic, a nation of laws. By God, that includes the BLM.
So let me ask you, is this taking place in an administrative court of sorts, or...
Right now it is.
I see.
It will be, the first hearing will be in the IBLA, the Internal Board of Land Appeals, within the Department of the Interior.
Isn't that sort of under their control? I mean, is that necessarily a fair court for this hearing to take place?
Well, it's where we need to go first. Okay, we can appeal subsequent to other courts, federal courts and stuff like that. But this is the place that this has to be handled first. It's part of the process. So we'll go to the IBLA and see what happens. I mean, they may look at the evidence we have versus what the evidence that the BLM has and say, okay, you BLM, you're out of luck.
Right. Well, hopefully that's the case.
But it has to be determined in a court of law. It's not to be settled in the parking lot over in a fist fight, so to speak, in a brawl.
Right.
But I just want my rights maintained until we get there. That's not, I don't think, an unreasonable request.